All right. What is up, people? Second video. It's been a very long time since the first one, but trying to get back into things. Life has been very eventful the past 2 years, but we are here today, and let's get this shit going. Today, I kind of just want to talk about like perspective versus perception. Um, I feel like that is most of what life is the way you view it. Um, it's very easy to kind of just to get into a negative mindset, a dark mindset of uh, just kind of the world's out to get me, or just why do these things have to happen? Why is life happening like to me and not for me? Um, and I feel like if we all can like change our perspective on just how we view things and why things happen and what the purpose for everything is, life gets a little easier. At least what I've found. Um, I spent most of my life just very negative thinking of my life sucks. I'm horrible. I'm miserable. I'm not worth anything. Why is everything happening to me? Like, why is my life the way it is? Why did this have to happen? Why did that have to happen? Um, and once I got in the right mind space after going to rehab, after getting proper medications and controlling my mental illness a little better, um, I was able to kind of just twist my perspective on life, and how I viewed things and how I viewed them for pretty much my whole life, and was able to kind of realize, like I said, life is happening for me, not to me. And once you can kind of grasp that, things get a lot better. Um, and a lot of it is not about what you're looking at, but how you view it. Like, you can see one thing and come up with 50 million different ways of looking at it, but you really gotta find the right one that kind of makes it a little easier. Um, and a lot of life, a lot about life is just trying to find that happiness, right? We all want to be happy. And happiness isn't about what you do, but it's about who you are. Doesn't matter. You can live this crazy life always doing fun things, but that once those fun things are done, like you're not happy. You're just enjoying the moment, which is great, but that's not what makes you happy. Doing things isn't what makes you happy. Happiness comes from within and who you are, and it takes a lot of deep diving and digging into who you are to kind of discover that. So it takes a lot of hard times, dark times, discovering who you are in the core. And a lot of the times, it's not easy to do that, to look within and see all the ugly inside of you, and being able to kind of acknowledge it and clean it up and realize that, yeah, I've made some mistakes. I've lived my life in a way that I didn't want to live for so long. But once you realize that you can change and kind of understand why, like, your life has gone the way it has, it gets easier to kind of manage it moving forward. Um, so a lot of it, like I said, it perspective. Life is perspective and how you view it. Um, and we cannot become who we want by remaining who we are. So if you're just stuck in the past, living in the past of, oh, my life has been this the whole time, like I've just never been happy, I've this and that. I've lived my life like that the past 28 years pretty much. And once you realize that, like, you can change, that you're capable of changing, and there is hope for a better life, things get so much easier and so much better, and you're able to kind of just look at life differently and progress and grow. And that's what life is all about. If you're not growing, what are you doing? Life is about who you become. The whole point of being is becoming, and that is what we're here to do, is grow and to be the person that we are meant to be. And this is a phrase that I always hear: grass is not grass isn't greener on the other side, or whatever. That is true. However, flower doesn't when a flower doesn't grow, you fix the environment in which it's growing in. You don't fix the flower. Like if a flower is struggling to grow, you're not gonna just change the flower, throw a flower out, get a new flower. No, you're gonna kind of change the environment. You can't grow a rose in the desert. That's just not gonna work. So like if you feel like you're a rose in the desert, it's okay to change your environment. It's okay to change where you are. Like the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's green where you water it. But if you're trying to water a rose in the desert, it doesn't matter how much you water it. It's not going to grow. You have to take it out of that dry, dead environment and put it somewhere where it's going to flourish and grow and prosper. Not everyone grows in the same environment. I grow in a different environment that you might grow in. And that's okay. That's the beauty of life is everyone lives a different life. Everyone has a different perspective on how they want their life or how they think they can grow. And once you kind of realize that, hey, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, but it doesn't matter how much I water my grass here, I can't have grass in a dead environment. And once you kind of can grasp that, things get easier. Um, and like I said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So, like I said before, like you can look at one situation and come up with a million different perspectives on it, but until you realize that, all right, the way I'm looking at this is not making my situation any better, how else can I look at it to kind of help me like get through this? If you're constantly looking at, oh, this happened to me, this was horrible, this is absolutely terrible, this ruined my life, this and that. I lived my life like that for so long. And then I realized like the way I'm looking at this is only hurting myself. Like I'm not gaining anything from just, oh my god, why did this have to happen? My life is ruined, this and that. And it's very easy to do that, especially when you have mental illness. It's very easy to be overwhelmed by the darkness. But once you change the way you look at it, like your life, literally your life changes. Everything that you go through in life is decided or decided on how you look at it. Like I said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And if you want to grow, if you want to move on from trauma and hurt and heal from it, you have to change the way you look at it. If you keep looking at it like, oh, this is a horrible situation, like my life is ruined. Your life is going to be ruined. Like if that's the way you're telling yourself, of course, like you're not going to get any better. You're just going to keep thinking, "Oh, my life is ruined. That's it." No, like this happened, this hurt me. But if this didn't hurt me, I wouldn't have the opportunity to be happy. Like if you're just like, oh man, I'm hurt, like I'm broken, like I can never heal. You're never gonna heal. Obviously, that's not how it works. So if you want to change, like we can't become who we want to become by remaining who we are. Like we have to change. Everything, like growing is change. People always say, "Oh, people don't change. People can't change this and that." That isn't true. Like we change every day. We grow every day. Like we can change bad habits. I used to be addicted to drugs. Used to use drugs very heavily and got to rehab, got clean, got sober. Haven't touched drugs in 3 years now, and it hasn't been an easy journey. But you can change if you really put your mind to it. It's obviously hard. It's not easy, but it's you're capable. You're capable of change. Everyone is. That's what people do is grow and change. That is the purpose of our life. And a lot of the times, like we feel like we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders, and it's it's not the weight that breaks you down. It's the way you carry it. Like you can lift more than you think, but if you're carrying it in a way that you don't have good form, you're just kind of just struggling to carry it all on one shoulder, like it's gonna tear you down. And it's also okay to put some of the weight down and pick it up later. Put some of the weight down, carry what you can hold, work through that, drop that off until you are healed from that. Go back and pick up the old trauma that you're trying to work through, and then carry that on. Like, sometimes you can't carry all the weight at once. It's okay to put it down. Like, it's kind of dumb to think that, like, oh, I can carry all of this weight and heal from all of this at one time. That's not that's not how healing works. Like, it's a slow, long process that will never be completed. We are constantly growing. We are constantly healing until the day we die. Um, so it's okay to put the weight down. Like, no one's gonna hold you to it. There's no shame in being like, hey, I can't carry all this right now. Let me put it down and I'll come back to it. Or if you have great people in your life, you can be like, hey, can you help me carry this? And if you have good people in your life, they will be able to. They would be happy to help you carry it, as long as obviously you're doing the same for them. Like, life is about community and working with each other, and it's okay to ask for help. There's no shame in needing help. Like, that's what humanity is for, is helping one another. That's why we're all here. And the great thing about community is we are all here to help each other. Like, that's the beauty of life, is having people by your side, having people in your corner that are there for you. And if you feel like you don't have good people in your life, like, you can change those people. Like, you can't change the people in your life, but you can change the people in your life. Like, you don't have to just deal with these same people that aren't helping you, that are constantly making you feel worthless and that you're not good enough. You don't need those people in your life. Like, it's okay to cut toxic people off. I don't care how long you've known them. I don't care if they are your blood family. If they are not good for you and helping you grow, you're okay to cut them off. Like, it's like, you can't be continue to let people hold you down and hold you back from growing. Like, it's okay to cut them off. Like, if that's what's best for you, just to cut those people off, you have to do it. And it's easier said than done. Like, if you've known somebody for your whole life and you're starting to come to the realization that they're holding you back and you're not able to grow with them in your life, you have to cut them off. You're never gonna to grow if someone just keeps on chopping down your leaves. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, who we are has nothing to do with what others see. Who you are is how you make others feel. Like, how are you making the people in your life feel? Are you making them feel like that they are full of love, that they are full of life, happiness, hope? Like, is that what you're pouring in other people, or are you just filling their life with just confusion, hatred, and just all these negative feelings? Like, who you are isn't, like I said, how others see you, is how you make them feel. And being able to kind of realize, like, I'm making other people feel shitty, I need to change. And vice versa. If other people are making you feel shitty, like, they need to change, yes, but if they're not willing to, and if they're not, like, going to, you need to change the people in your life. Like I said before, you can't change the people in your life, but you can change the people in your life. And, like, everyone will always have their 2 cents to put in, and everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. So, like, everyone has their opinion, right? Everyone wants to tell you how they feel or tell you what they think they know. We don't know anything to be 100% true. We are only going based on what we have been told. And that's great. A lot of it, sure, maybe it's the truth. We don't know. We will never know. If is there a God? Probably. I hope so. Like, it would make sense for there to be, but we will never know. And it's okay. Like, if you have faith, great, hold on to that. But life is the great thing about life is the unknown. Like, that, for me, that's what I've always said, is the beauty of life is the unknown, and not knowing what's going to happen next, not knowing what what all this is for. Sometimes it's just enjoy the moment. Sometimes it's just being present, being where you are. And like I said, once you change your mindset of how life is going for you, life gets better. Like everything that we look at is, we can only see it from our perspective, and we can change our perspective. But when you're looking at something, like, it might be true to you but not true to someone else. I saw this video of a professor sitting two people down, and they had a ball in front of them, and it was split perfectly down the middle, where one side of the ball was black, one side of the ball was white. And he sat them down, each of them were looking at one side of the ball, and they were like, what color do you see? And one guy was like, that's a white ball, like, period. The other guy's like, how do you think that's white? Like, that's clearly not white. Are you just doing this to argue? Like why are you being difficult? And the professor told him, stand up, switch seats. And they sat down, and they realized that in their first perspective, yes, the ball was this one color, but once you kind of move, you realize there's two sides to the story. There's always a different way to look at things that you might not see at first. That's the point of life, is to not just live in your perception, but change your perspective. And once you realize that, the way I saw this at first hurt, and it was just so obvious to me, like, this is the only truth that it could possibly be. But once you get a different perspective, you realize that your truth isn't the only truth. There's more sides to the story. There's different ways to look at things, and once you realize that, it, I think, gets a lot easier to view the way you the way you look at people, and realize that just because the way I see it is true doesn't mean that the way they see it isn't true. Like, we can both be right. Like, from our perspective, like, it's, we all see the things that we see. Like I said, like, everything you look at isn't the truth. It's just your perspective, and your perspective isn't always right, and doesn't mean it's always wrong. But it really depends on how you want to look at it, how you want to perceive things. And to me, that's one of the great things about life, is that we can all look at one thing and see a million different things. Like, we can look at one painting, a million different people look at one painting, and we can see a million different things. It's one painting, it's what it is, but we can all perceive it in a different perspective that maybe the other one doesn't understand, and it makes complete sense to us. But that doesn't mean the way they see it isn't wrong. It's just how everyone perceives things. And once you kind of realize that, not everyone thinks the way I do, like, that is something that I've always struggled with, is thinking that everyone should have the same mindset as me, like everyone should think the way I think. And then I kind of realized that that isn't helping me. That's not healthy for me to think that, like, oh, I think this way, why don't they? Like, they're wrong. Like, no, like, I could be wrong, like, they could be right, and vice versa, or we could both be right. Like, my way of seeing things isn't the only way, isn't the right way all the time. Like, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to realize that, hey, they saw this from a different perspective. If I see it from their perspective, I might be having a different understanding on it and be okay with what it is. I may hate the situation the way I see it, but then I kind of look at it how they're looking at it. I'm like, damn, like, it doesn't have to be this dark, negative way that I was, like, depicting it. Like, that's the great thing about perspective, is you can change yours, and that is, that's profound. Like, if you have the ability to accept that, hey, like, the way I'm looking at this isn't right. This isn't healthy for me. Like, this is just hurting me. I'm not able to grow because the way I'm seeing the situation is just holding me back. If you're able to kind of turn your head, change your positioning, change your perspective, life gets a lot easier. And that is something that I feel like a lot of people need. that they only look at life through their lenses, but there are so many different lenses you can be looking through. Like, it's okay to change yours. If your lenses aren't working, you something's got to change. And if it's not what you're looking at, it's got to be how you're looking at it. And that is my TED Talk for the day. If you are not following or subscribed yet, please do that. Trying to make more videos. I have not been very consistent with it. Obviously, it's only my second video since making my first one like 2 years ago. But it's a journey. Life happens. Life has been very eventful for me, but I do want to try to make more videos and just kind of try to shed light in a world of darkness. I feel like this world is getting dark, but I think if we can all change our perspective, things can get a little brighter.